Hello and welcome to another episode here on my channel. My name is ChaosMole, and today we have another deep dive video on the Icarus trailer of the E3 2021. As you know, I have been following this game around for quite some time already, have already done some videos, and well, we got some new gameplay. I have to admit, I've already seen this trailer because I was watching the PC Gaming Show live, and I was actually pretty happy when that showed up because till then the PC Gaming Show was so to say the least. And well, I think it's time we are taking a deep dive at the trailer, take a little bit of a look at what they are showcasing to us, and then hopefully make some sense out of it. Let's see what they have to offer, shall we? I will of course pause this whole thing now and then. So you're starting in space, I mean we already know that. And then you're choosing your landing space. I wonder if you can actually crush an animal here. I'm really curious about this. So you're starting with your bow, doing your stone axes. This is actually super interesting. I think this was a very smart idea from the team to showcase the building in the game, because I think that the building is one of the really cool things in the game. It feels much more natural. It also feels like you don't overdo it because you're only there for some time in those areas, and you don't really want to build a palace. You want to build something functional, but also which looks kind of nice. And especially that they build this on the waterfall is a pretty neat thing. The one thing I know a lot of people have already been pointing out is the idea that you still have to craft your stone axes and that you cannot breathe on the planet, which is kind of weird with all the trees and all the animals running around and they can breathe. There are a few things which I still find weird, but as long as the gameplay is fun, I can just ignore that whole thing. You know, I should make them alien. They are also showing the interior right now in the house, which looks fantastic. Again, very functional interior, nothing overblown, like nothing crazy, and it looks great. Oh, there we have a storm coming in, where they want to show the weather effects. Yep. The lighting hits and burns everything. It's a really cool mechanic that you are slowly but surely losing your house and it burns down. And they can of course also spread, like they have showed this in multiple live streams, not here, but in multiple live streams, that the fire can spread through the forest and that you might have a fire starting somewhere completely different and you're not aware of it, and then you have a forest fire which is slowly but surely creeping up to your actual house, and well, if you're unlucky, burns down your house. That's of course not something you want, so you want to control the forest fire, which is also pretty neat. There we have some more hunting. So this is something definitely new. I think this is the first time the devs are showing us winter closes, because so far we have only seen the first biome, which is this forest biome you are starting in, and then you are moving on to colder or hotter areas, and I'm really curious to see how that plays out. There we can see them going into the winter. This looks very different from what we have seen in the forest area. Like, this is super functional. This is really just like a box house, but it seems to be insulated, which is probably needed with all the cold. Can see how the snow builds up on the characters. One very important thing the devs have already told us is the snow is not just there for fun and look pretty. The snow can actually, well, slow your movement, but also when you are building a house, snow can accumulate on the rooftop of your house and break it. Just let it collapse after some point if you're not clearing out the snow. So that is definitely one of the things you have to keep in mind. What I hope it's not too atrocious, right? Not that you have to do this every 5 minutes and you are just like shipping snow the whole day. That's something I wouldn't want to see. But I think that's a pretty good mechanic, just to stay on your toes and be mindful of your surroundings and the weather effects. I don't know what this is, Maybe it's like some crystal or metal stuff they just brought in. I have no clue what this is. Maybe it's something froze up? I don't know. That looks curious though. I would love to know what that is. Oh yeah, you are dead meat, friendo. You are dead meat. This is the first time we see the polar bear in action, I think. They have shown us some grizzly bears. I think it was a grizzly. Look, I don't know my bears. I know this is a polar bear, and that's all I have to know. And I know the other one is a bear, you know. But yeah, you were dead meat. I don't think your whimsy arrows will do anything to this bear at all. And I'm very curious what other weapons you can use to defend yourself. Because damn, this bear, yeah, will eat your butt. And it seems like they actually beat the bear because they got the meat, which is kind of neat. So they're closing the windows. Makes sense. So this is super interesting. This is super interesting. I don't know really what this does. It definitely gives you some light, which I first thought, hey, okay, that person is out there in the dark and probably wants some lighting around them. But then I saw this, and it's like, no, wait, is the person signalizing someone? Huh, interesting. I wonder what this does. But we can now clearly see we moved from the snow biome to the desert biome. Very much reminiscent of Conan Exiles a little bit. Like this totally reminds me of Conan Exiles. And I think there's an elephant there. I think that's an elephant if my eyes are not like betraying me right now. It's very pixelated, but that looks like clearly like an elephant. Oh boy. They're doing some more hunting. And you can also see the house has changed again. Probably because all of the heat. And you don't really have to insulate your house because it's already pretty hot in there. If I'm also seeing this correctly right now, this is a sandstorm brewing in the background. So that will be probably one of the weather effects we are getting in the desert, which makes sense again. Like this game is focusing very much on the weather effects, and it's great. But yeah, it seems like we are also getting some sandstorm. They sneaked that in. Saw it. Oh well, and then of course they have the they have the shot of the weather and the sandstorm rolling in. God damn it! I thought I was smart here. Saw something they sneaked into the trailer. Nope, they're pretty open about it. But man, this sandstorm looks frightening. Not gonna lie. Ooh. Can't see anything. Oh, there's another bear. Is it a brown bear? Is it a grizzly bear? I don't know. It's a bear. It's dead. So this is actually kind of important if you're wondering what they're doing here. This is them drilling for rare minerals you need for your main mission. So as I said before, you are not staying on this planet indefinitely. You are going down there for a certain amount of time. You decide like if you want to stay there for 24 hours, for 3 days, for a week, or something like that, right? Like there are multiple missions which are very short or which take much longer. And your main mission is always to get like rare minerals from that area and then bring it back to your space station. So you have a beginning of a mission and you have an end and you have a goal, which I really much enjoy because most survival games do not have that. Most survival games are really just like, well, this is your world now. Have fun and do whatever you like. You will probably find something which keeps you entertained. But I'm somebody who likes to have a goal in video games, and this is totally doing it. Running. And they're leaving. Yeah, as I said, you leave the planet at some point, and you have to be at your spaceships when the timer runs out. If the timer runs out, you're not there, that spaceship is leaving without you. And it's game over. So you definitely have to keep that in mind. And I think that's the end of the trailer. Yes, the game is coming out August 11th. This is the first time we are actually seeing the announcement. And something which is very important to note is that this is the actual release. I will make a different video about this, but I want to say it right here. This is the actual release of the game. This is not early access phase. I know we are used to something else, but again, not early access, real release. And yeah, this looks great. I'm definitely curious to play it. As I said, I think this is the point where I need a hands-on with the game to really feel like if all those gameplay components really click. And I know how hard it is to convey like all those gameplay ideas you have into a 2-minute long trailer. That is a really tough thing to do. So at this point, I really hope we can play it soon. Well, August 11th, which is relatively soon. And then we can see if all those gameplay components click and what to look out for. Speaking about things to look out for, if you enjoyed this video and you look out for more videos in that regard, I would appreciate if you consider to subscribe to the channel. It will help me out a ton. And if you also enjoyed this video and you're on your way out, you might want to leave a like. And if you have any other thoughts or ideas, you can leave them in the comment section. I will definitely read them and try to answer. So thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you next time. Until then, stay safe.